Do you struggle to understand fast spoken French in TV, movies and everyday conversations, even though you've been learning French for decades? This is completely normal. French people speak very fast, and there are a lot of unwritten rules in everyday spoken French that make it difficult for you to understand if you're not a native speaker. However, there are things that you can learn to help you boost your comprehension. In today's compilation video, we are going to revisit some of my most popular videos about understanding everyday spoken French. So you can dedicate 30 minutes or so to boosting your oral comprehension. Ready? C'est parti!
Ça me fait totalement flipper là.
Spoken French is really hard to understand even if you've been learning French for decades. Pronunciation doesn't flow logically from the spelling, and then French people eat letters. Today, let's practice understanding everyday spoken French by concentrating on those eaten letters. Bonjour, I'm Géraldine, your French teacher. Welcome to Comme une Française. Today, like every Tuesday, I'm here to help you get better at speaking and understanding everyday modern French. C'est parti. Here is a clip from a French movie called L'Auberge Espagnole. The young character called Martine is talking to her boyfriend about an old children's book. We will analyze it together, but on a first fresh viewing, how much can you understand?
C'est l'horreur, hein.
Quoi, c'est l'horreur?
Bah t'as vu comment c'est sexiste? T'as vu la vision pourrie de la femme?
Non, pourquoi? Tu dis ça parce qu'elle va donner des graines aux poules et qu'elle traite les vaches?
Et non, mais de toute façon, évidemment, c'est ton fantasme, ça. La petite fille, bien gentille, avec la petite jupe et les yeux toutes rouges.
Bon, non.
Quand je pense que mes parents m'ont appelée Martine à cause d'elle, ça me fait totalement flipper, là.
If you didn't understand much, don't worry. They speak pretty fast and in a very soft manner because it is an intimate scene of the movie. Now, let's watch this clip again with French subtitles and I will give you a translation afterwards.
C'est l'horreur, hein.
Quoi, c'est l'horreur?
Bah t'as vu comment c'est sexiste? T'as vu la vision pourrie de la femme?
Non, pourquoi? Tu dis ça parce qu'elle va donner des graines aux poules et qu'elle traite les vaches?
Et non, mais de toute façon, évidemment, c'est ton fantasme, ça. La petite fille, bien gentille, avec la petite jupe et les yeux toutes rouges.
Bon, non.
Quand je pense que mes parents m'ont appelée Martine à cause d'elle, ça me fait totalement flipper, là.
How much did you understand now? The point of practice is always to start at your own level. So if you need a dictionary for most of the vocabulary here, it's fine. By the way, pourri is a feminine adjective for lame, pourri, and flipper is a verb in slang that means to freak out or to be afraid. It is common youth slang, but it is not vulgar at all. But here, beyond the vocabulary, you probably noticed that the characters eat a lot of letters. This is a very common problem when understanding fast spoken French, but at least there is a bit of method to it. Let's start with the pronouns. The te and the tu will become a te. We'll remove the u and the e. For example, tu as becomes ta. That's pretty easy. Then the je will lose its e. For example, je pense will become je pense. I think, je pense. If you're a bit more advanced in French, you might have noticed that verbs like je suis, I am, je suis will become je suis, and then sometimes even suis with the sound sh in it because all the letters are packed together. And this is something that happens in everyday spoken French, in spoken French. It is not rude, but please don't put this in exams. It can be used in text messages or informal emails, but not much beyond that. Secondly, any letter E that can be cut will be cut. For example, in me, we'll remove the E, or in petite for small becomes petite, petite. Or totalement, totalement will become totalement. Though this is for lots of people. It's not even informal French anymore. Finally, some expressions are just so common that some people are going to cut them in everyday life. For example, parce que. Parce que, that means because, will become parce que, or de toute façon, anyway, might become de façon, because we know what we mean. This one is a bit of a hard cut, I have to be honest. Okay, now you're ready for a third viewing. I'm going to slow it down for you, add subtitles and a translation. Can you hear the eaten vowels? I will make them explicit this time in the subtitles. Listen.
C'est l'horreur, hein.
Quoi, c'est l'horreur?
Bah t'as vu comment c'est sexiste? T'as vu la vision pourrie de la femme?
Non, pourquoi? Tu dis ça parce qu'elle va donner des graines aux poules et qu'elle traite les vaches?
Et non, mais de toute façon, évidemment, c'est ton fantasme, ça. La petite fille, bien gentille, avec la petite jupe et les jupes toutes rouges.
Bon, alors?
Quand je pense que mes parents m'ont appelée Martine à cause d'elle, ça me fait totalement flipper, là.
Did you notice the eaten letters? Let's watch the extract one last time at normal pace without subtitles. Can you hear all the words now?
C'est l'horreur, hein.
Quoi, c'est l'horreur?
Bah t'as vu comment c'est sexiste? T'as vu la vision pourrie de la femme?
Non, pourquoi? Tu dis ça parce qu'elle va donner des graines aux poules et qu'elle traite les vaches?
Et non, mais de toute façon, évidemment, c'est ton fantasme, ça. La petite fille, bien gentille, avec la petite jupe et les jupes toutes rouges.
Bon, alors?
Quand je pense que mes parents m'ont appelée Martine à cause d'elle, ça me fait totalement flipper, là.
You see, with a bit of help, you managed to notice the missing letters and understand the words anyway. Félicitations! Are you trying to pick up French after years or maybe decades of not practicing? Or maybe you are committed to reconnecting with and refreshing your French this year. And you have noticed that there are a lot of things that you either forgot or never learned in the first place. It is completely normal to have gaps in your French knowledge, especially when it comes to oral comprehension. That's because most French teachers and programs put an emphasis on teaching you vocabulary, grammar, conjugation, but don't take the time to address real, everyday spoken French. In today's lesson, which is all in French, I will share my top tips to fill in those gaps in your French comprehension. Yes, you are going to practice listening to French while learning about how to improve your French comprehension. Kind of a two-in-one lesson, right? Are you ready? I will speak a bit slowly in French so you can understand. C'est parti. Quand on essaye de comprendre le français parlé de la vie quotidienne, le problème le plus amusant, ce sont les expressions imagées familières. Par exemple, quand une Française dit « Ce matin, j'ai la patate » pour dire « Je suis pleine d'énergie ». C'est du vocabulaire qu'il faut apprendre au fur et à mesure. Vous trouverez d'autres exemples d'expressions dans le billet de blog pour aujourd'hui, en même temps que la leçon d'aujourd'hui à l'écrit. Je parle aussi des expressions du français courant dans mon programme Spoken French Essentials, avec tout ce qu'on va voir aujourd'hui et bien plus encore. Mais le vrai problème du français parlé, c'est la prononciation. Les Français parlent souvent très vite et ça rend la compréhension plus difficile. Par exemple, on mange des lettres, surtout dans les petits mots d'une seule syllabe. Donc, tu deviens T', de devient D', je devient J apostrophe, y compris devant une consonne. Quand on parle, je vais au marché devient je vais au marché. Ce n'est pas comme ça qu'on l'écrit, mais c'est comme ça qu'on le prononce. C'est pareil avec tu as faim qui devient t'as faim par exemple. Voire même de toute façon j'ai déjà mangé qui devient toute façon j'ai déjà mangé. Il faut savoir entendre les consonnes qui restent pour comprendre quelle lettre a été enlevée. C'est subtil. Certains sons fusionnent carrément. J et S deviennent ch à l'oral. Au lieu de je suis sûr, en mangeant le E, on a je suis sûr. Mais c'est dur à prononcer. Donc, on dit plutôt je suis sûr. Plus fréquemment encore, on entend je sais pas pour je sais pas. Et oui, au lieu de dire le correct je ne sais pas, on enlève le ne des négations. Ça arrive tout le temps à l'oral. Et avec ce qu'on a dit plus tôt, tu n'es pas d'accord devient tu es pas d'accord. Donc, t'es pas d'accord. D'autres sons disparaissent et parfois un mot entier. Je pense au pronom il impersonnel dans les phrases il faut et il y a, comme il faut qu'on se dépêche ou il y a beaucoup de monde ici. En parlant, un Français dirait plutôt faut qu'on se dépêche et il y a beaucoup de monde ici. Et bien sûr, en enlevant le ne, il ne faut pas devient faut pas et il n'y a pas devient y a pas. Tout cela, ce sont des astuces particulières. C'est bien de les apprendre, mais vous ne pourrez pas être assez rapide pour écouter les phrases en français, réfléchir aux sons qui manquent et remettre la phrase dans l'ordre. Et tout ça à la vitesse d'une conversation en français. C'est trop rapide. Non, il vaut mieux tricher. Vous pouvez devenir familier avec toutes ces prononciations et ces expressions. Tout devient beaucoup plus facile avec la pratique. Vous découvrirez même de nouvelles subtilités vous-même. C'est pour ça que le vrai moyen de comprendre le français parlé, c'est d'en faire une habitude. Vous pouvez suivre un programme qui vous plaît, comme Affaires conclues, que j'aime beaucoup, ou Échappée belle pour voyager. Vous pouvez aussi profiter d'une étude en profondeur en écoutant 5 fois de suite le même extrait pour être certain de l'assimiler. Et surtout, vous pouvez pratiquer le français parlé pour vous confronter à la prononciation des mots. Attention, le but, ce n'est pas de parler vite. C'est simplement de comprendre ce que vous entendez en français. Now, let's quickly review some of today's French vocabulary. Did you manage to hear the words I used? Did you learn some new words and expressions in French? Let's recap and pick a few interesting expressions as well. And today, let's start at the end and walk backwards through the vocabulary. Il y a means there is or there are. That one is easy, but il faut is more subtle. It means there needs or it is needed that. It is impersonal, so it is very easy to throw around. With one sentence, such as il faut faire quelque chose, something needs to be done without much details afterwards. Il faut faire quelque chose. Il faut faire quelque chose. Then we've seen that je sais pas means I don't know. Je sais pas means I don't know in spoken French. And now you can understand it whenever it is used because it is very common to hear it in everyday spoken French. Then we covered more vocabulary like carrément, carrément. Literally, it means squarely or directly, like je vais te parler carrément. I am going to speak to you frankly. I am going to be frank. Je vais te parler carrément. In everyday French, though, it means downright or totally. For example, il est carrément nul. He's downright bad or he's completely useless. Il est carrément nul. I also mentioned de toute façon for anyway. In spoken French, it sounds like toute façon. Je suis pas là demain. Toute façon, je suis pas là demain. Anyway, I won't be here tomorrow. This sentence would be longer in correct written French, of course, with de toute façon, je ne suis pas là demain. De toute façon, je ne suis pas là demain. You can also learn that y compris means including, y compris, and that au fur et à mesure is a very cute expression that means gradually. There are two U sounds in au fur et à mesure, so it makes it rhyme with itself, which is pretty cool. And it is the only time that in French we use fur, that actually means mesure, a measure. Je te dirai tout ça au fur et à mesure. I will tell you all that as we go along. Je te dirai tout ça au fur et à mesure. And finally, I hope that vous avez la patate. Vous avez la patate. You're full of energy and motivation, or as we say in French, that you have the potato. You're having a conversation with a French person and you are so excited to finally be using your French. But all of a sudden, the French person says something you don't understand and you lose the thread of the conversation. You're stuck. What do? You don't want to switch the conversation back to English, right? Well, I'm here to help with some ready-made sentences that you can use whenever this happens to you. So, what happens when you don't understand a French sentence? Of course, you can say that you didn't understand. Je n'ai pas compris. I didn't understand. Repeat after me. Je n'ai pas compris. Again, je n'ai pas compris. A bit faster. Je n'ai pas compris. Good. This sentence uses the verb comprendre, that means to understand. In everyday French, we'd say j'ai pas compris, because we drop the ne, remember?
J'ai pas compris là. J'ai pas compris là.
Of course, you can expand this by saying je n'ai pas compris ce que vous avez dit. I didn't understand what you said. Repeat after me. Je n'ai pas compris ce que vous avez dit. Again, je n'ai pas compris ce que vous avez dit. One last time a bit faster. Je n'ai pas compris ce que vous avez dit. Good. And if you want to be a little bit more informal and switch to tu, you can say j'ai pas compris ce que t'as dit. Because yes, in everyday spoken French, we would cut the E in ce que and the U in tu. So it would be j'ai pas compris ce que t'as dit. Repeat after me. J'ai pas compris ce que t'as dit. Again, j'ai pas compris ce que t'as dit. One last time a bit faster. J'ai pas compris ce que t'as dit. Good. Even better, you can also use the construction with venir de plus infinitif about the recent past. I just did something. Venir de. So this means j'ai pas compris ce que tu viens de dire. I didn't understand what you just said. J'ai pas compris ce que tu viens de dire. If you're not fully at ease with venir de, I did a whole lesson about this. I will tell you more at the end of this video. These examples were in le passé composé. It's one of the tenses of the past in French. However, it's very difficult to know what tense of the past to use. Well, if you're interested in that, we'll talk about this next week, so let's stay in touch. For now, you can also use the present tense when talking in general. Je ne comprends pas ce que vous dites. I don't understand what you're saying. Or, I don't understand when you speak. Repeat after me. Je ne comprends pas ce que vous dites. Again, je ne comprends pas ce que vous dites. One last time, a bit faster. Je ne comprends pas ce que vous dites. That's a great sentence for a technical difficulty. For example, when you have a broken microphone or a thick mask, very useful at the moment, or a glass panel, for example, where is something preventing you from understanding that is usually physical. And with a little bit more effort, you can also be a bit more polite about it by saying, excusez-moi, excuse me, excusez-moi, repeat after me, excusez-moi. Again, excusez-moi. Good.
Excusez-moi,
So for our sentence, it makes excusez-moi, je n'ai pas compris, excuse me, I didn't understand. Repeat after me, excusez-moi, je n'ai pas compris. Good. With tu in an informal situation, this becomes excuse-moi. Excuse-moi. So the sentence becomes excuse-moi, j'ai pas compris ce que tu viens de dire. Repeat after me. Excuse-moi, j'ai pas compris ce que tu viens de dire. Again, excuse-moi, j'ai pas compris ce que tu viens de dire. One last time, a bit faster. Excuse-moi, j'ai pas compris ce que tu viens de dire. Ooh, that's tricky.
Je ne sais pas, je ne sais plus, je suis perdu.
If you're lost, you can say it as well and say je suis perdu. I'm lost. Je suis perdu. Here I put this as a woman. I put an E at the end of perdu. Je suis perdu. I am lost. If you're completely lost, you can say it as well. Je suis complètement perdu. Repeat after me. Je suis complètement perdu. You can also give it a try and use slang French and say j'ai rien capté, or j'ai rien pigé. I didn't understand anything. Repeat after me. J'ai rien capté, j'ai rien pigé. Again, j'ai rien capté, j'ai rien pigé. One last time. J'ai rien capté, j'ai rien pigé. They're fine. Obviously, like in English, there is a magic word for when you didn't understand something. It is pardon for sorry. Pardon. There is the nasal sound. Pardon. Pardon. Repeat after me. Pardon. Again. Pardon. One more time. Pardon. Good. These nasal sounds are especially difficult. How can you practice hearing them, because it's tricky, and saying them? I made a full lesson on this topic. I will tell you more at the end of this video. Anyway, let's come back to pardon. Pardon is short and to the point, and it is quite polite. It's way more polite than its alternatives, which are quoi, for what, quoi, or un. These last three words are also used when you didn't hear what someone said. But if you didn't hear something, there are also longer, more polite options. For example, we have excusez-moi, je n'ai pas entendu. Excuse me, I didn't hear. Excusez-moi, je n'ai pas entendu. Repeat after me. Excusez-moi, je n'ai pas entendu. Again, excusez-moi, je n'ai pas entendu. Here, this sentence uses the verb entendre, which is to hear, entendre in French. Repeat after me. Entendre. Again, entendre. One last time, entendre. I explain more about the conjugations of the verbs in endre in the blog post for this lesson. You will find it on my website. You will also find extra insight and resources in general for today's topic in a full written lesson that you can download for free. It's on cominfrancaise.com and you will find the link below this video in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. If you didn't hear and you are in an informal situation, you can also say « Excuse-moi, j'ai pas entendu ». Excuse-moi, j'ai pas entendu. Repeat after me. Excuse-moi, j'ai pas entendu. Again, excuse-moi, j'ai pas entendu. And you can follow it up with « Vous pouvez parler plus fort ». Can you speak louder? Vous pouvez parler plus fort. Repeat after me. Vous pouvez parler plus fort. Again, vous pouvez parler plus fort. Or, in an informal situation, parle plus fort. Speak louder. Parle plus fort. Here the T is silent in for, did you notice? Parle plus fort. Good. In a real situation, obviously, you would probably make a combination of all that. And if you're really comfortable, you will be able to say « Excusez-moi, je n'ai pas entendu ce que vous venez de dire. Vous pouvez parler plus fort, s'il vous plaît? Excuse me, I couldn't hear what you just said. Could you speak louder, please? » It is formal and it is elegant and everybody will welcome that. Repeat after me. Excusez-moi, je n'ai pas entendu ce que vous venez de dire. Vous pouvez parler plus fort, s'il vous plaît. And now the full sentence. Excusez-moi, je n'ai pas entendu ce que vous venez de dire. Vous pouvez parler plus fort, s'il vous plaît. Again, excusez-moi, je n'ai pas entendu ce que vous venez de dire. Vous pouvez parler plus fort, s'il vous plaît? Good. Obviously, if you're with a friend, you're going to be more direct and say something like « Pardon, j'ai pas compris, j'entends rien, parle plus fort. » Sorry, I didn't understand. I can't hear a word. Speak louder. Repeat after me. Pardon, j'ai pas compris. J'entends rien. Parle plus fort. Again. Pardon, j'ai pas compris. J'entends rien. Parle plus fort. And one last time. Pardon, j'ai pas compris. J'entends rien. Parle plus fort. Good. Whether you didn't hear or didn't understand a French word, you can also always ask them to repeat. For example, vous pouvez répéter. Can you repeat? Repeat after me. Vous pouvez répéter. Again. Vous pouvez répéter. Vous pouvez répéter. Or, vous pouvez répéter s'il vous plaît. Vous pouvez répéter s'il vous plaît. If you are in a more informal situation and you're using tu, you can say tu peux répéter ta phrase. Can you repeat your sentence and repeat after me? Tu peux répéter ta phrase. Tu peux répéter ta phrase. And one last time, a bit faster. Tu peux répéter ta phrase. Good. Don't hesitate to call for a stop if you're lost. You can say, attends, tu peux répéter? Wait, can you repeat? Attends, tu peux répéter? Repeat after me. Attends, tu peux répéter? Here you can notice that in attends we have a en sound, a nasal sound, and D and S at the end of attends are silent. If you're using vous, you're going to say attendez, je n'ai pas compris. Wait, I didn't understand. Attendez, je n'ai pas compris. Repeat after me. Attendez, je n'ai pas compris. Again, attendez, je n'ai pas compris.
Attends, répète pour voir, j'ai pas bien compris. Attends, répète pour voir, j'ai pas bien compris.
And in general, if you need a bit more time to think, you can always ask them to slow down when they're speaking. You can ask, vous pouvez parler plus lentement? Can you speak slower? Repeat after me. Vous pouvez parler plus lentement? Again, vous pouvez parler plus lentement? Good. Or you can just say, plus lentement s'il te plaît. Slower please. Plus lentement s'il te plaît. Again, plus lentement s'il te plaît. And a bit faster, plus lentement s'il te plaît. That's a bit tricky. Okay, we saw all this, but I have to warn you. French people love to speak fast. They might speak slower for a few sentences if you ask them, but very often they're going to pick up the pace. Sorry about that. That's why understanding fast spoken French is so important, and I will share with you some of my special lessons on this special topic at the end of this video. Unfortunately, sometimes speaking clearly won't help because you just need to learn the specific word. There are two useful sentences that you need to know when there is a word that you don't understand. The first one is comment on dit, and then the word en français. How do you say the word in French? Comment on dit en français? Repeat after me. Comment on dit en français? Or you can also say when you don't understand a word, ça veut dire quoi? Something en français. Ça veut dire quoi? Something en français. What does machin means? Machin is a French slang word for thing. Repeat after me. Ça veut dire quoi? Something. En français. Ça veut dire quoi? Machin. En français. That's very useful to know. Alongside a question that was very useful to me when I was living in England was, c'est comme ça qu'on dit? In English, is that how you say it? Because I would always try to correct my own English. C'est comme ça qu'on dit? Repeat after me. C'est comme ça qu'on dit? Is this how you say it? Or c'est correct? Is that correct? C'est correct? C'est correct? This is extremely useful when you want to check if you're already speaking correct French or there is something to adjust. And French people love to help others to speak their language better. Finally, spoken French is hard, not only because it's fast, but also because it's not the written form. It sounds obvious when I am saying it, but you might need to ask someone, comment ça s'écrit? How do you write it? Comment ça s'écrit? Repeat after me. Comment ça s'écrit? Again, comment ça s'écrit? One last time, comment ça s'écrit? You can also ask, comment ça s'épelle? How do you spell it? Repeat after me. Comment ça s'épelle? Comment ça s'épelle? You can also be more direct and ask something like, attendez, je ne comprends pas ce mot. And then you quote the word, for example, raisin. Vous pouvez l'épeler s'il vous plaît? Wait a minute, I don't understand that word, raisin. Can you spell it please? Repeat after me and we're going to do groups of words. Attendez. Je ne comprends pas ce mot, raisin. Vous pouvez l'épeler, s'il vous plaît? And now the full sentence. Attendez, je ne comprends pas ce mot, raisin. Vous pouvez l'épeler, s'il vous plaît? Good. If you're using tu, you can be a bit more direct and say, Attends, c'est quoi ce mot? Tu peux l'épeler? Wait, what's that word? Can you spell it? Attends, c'est quoi ce mot? Tu peux l'épeler? Repeat after me. Attends, c'est quoi ce mot? Tu peux l'épeler? Here you can notice that in épeler, in the middle, the E in the middle was removed because this is everyday spoken French, so we cut it. Repeat after me. Attends, c'est quoi ce mot? Tu peux l'épeler? And if we want to dig a little bit deeper, you can even remove the E in ce and say, attends, c'est quoi ce mot? Tu peux l'épeler? Good. Now, breathe. Let's recap what we saw with a few exercises. How would you say in French, can you speak slower please with vous? How would you say that? How would you say that? We would say in French, it is, vous pouvez parler plus lentement s'il vous plaît? And I would say this in everyday spoken French. Vous pouvez parler plus lentement s'il vous plaît? And now, sorry I didn't understand what you just said with tu. How would you say that in French? We would say, pardon, je n'ai pas compris ce que tu viens de dire. Pardon, je n'ai pas compris ce que tu viens de dire. Good. And finally, can you repeat please with tu again? How would you say that in French? Tu peux répéter s'il te plaît? Tu peux répéter s'il te plaît? Bravo, très bien. Félicitations! I know this is a lot of things to master. Feel free to watch the entire video again to take more notes or maybe quiz yourself. These examples are very useful when you're trying to speak French.